I think that this is one of the hardest things when you can't completely cut ties with a narcissist. You know who they are. You know that they are so toxic, but you just simply can't cut ties. Maybe they are someone who you have to co-parent with. Maybe it's someone who you've got assets with. Maybe it's a colleague. Maybe it's someone that you've got to see kind of like near enough every day or every so often. Maybe you have the same friendship group. Whatever the reason, cutting ties sometimes isn't an option. And if this is you, I got you. This is what this video is about. Hello, my friends, and welcome back in a much requested video. I know that some of you are suffering, and I do call it suffering because this is one of the hardest things ever, because to go and to heal would be just the most amazing thing that you could do. And it is the thing that you do because you want to cut ties with this person. You want to be able to heal and then move on, because knowing that being with this person is so toxic, it's so damaging, but yet you can't do that, and you're not even allowed or given that option to do that. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to talk about that and also how you can emotionally protect yourself. I know that this isn't easy. My friends, I know that this isn't easy, and it's, you know, like their whole toxicity, their energy, the way they speak to you, like you still need to kind of speak to them. Like this is the most like annoying and upsetting and challenging thing that you still have to kind of maybe even do something. You have to kind of keep the peace. You have to be pleasant. You can't be rude, yet you can see what they are doing. And this is all about control. Like I'm going to talk about this, but this is how the narcissist still controls you. But there are things that you can do to be able to protect yourself so that you don't allow this to affect you. And I'll promise you that over time, this won't affect you to this degree. And also, one thing you've got to remember is they get bored. They're going to get bored. They're going to get someone else. But again, you don't want to be affected by seeing that, because they're going to make you jealous. They're going to make you feel a certain way. Anyway, I got you, my friends. This is what we're going to be talking about in the video. The first step in managing this situation is accepting the reality of it. Okay, you have to have an acceptance, right? Stop thinking that if you did this, or you should have, would have, could have, or maybe that could have happened, that things would be different. No, this person is like this, and you have to see it for what it really is. So accept it. And I know that's really easy to say that, and there are steps that you can take. But what you have to understand is that this person is like this for a reason. And what you have to understand also is that narcissists do thrive on control. The fact that they are still around, they still make it difficult, they're trying to control you. Even though they're not with you or you're not with them, they're still trying to control you emotionally, psychologically, play mind games, the way that they behave, the way that they come up to you, the way that they are. They're still trying to control you. So what you have to understand is, how do you stop this from happening? This is about how much you allow them into your life, into your space, into your energy. Waiting for them to become empathetic or realistically, or trying to kind of like work this out or talk about it, this isn't going to happen. So again, this falls down to you. This is your responsibility. So think about it. This is how you have to see it. They want the control. They want to be able to have you wrap around their little finger. So how do you stop doing that? Well, first of all, you don't do what they ask you to do. Meaning that what you do is you have to kind of like step back, hide yourself, retract your energy, because then whatever they say, whatever they're asking you, whatever they do is not going to affect you. So you have to remain detached from them. Don't give them information. Don't tell them about your day. Even if they're asking you, give really simple answers, like one-worded answers. You got to think about it like treating this as a business deal. So you don't expand. So if they ask you, how are you, for example, you're like, yeah, I'm good. Don't expand it like, oh, I'm not sleeping very well, and this person is really upsetting me. My parents are annoying me, or this and this is happening. You're giving too much information. They're going to use this against you. So what you have to do is remove yourself. Don't be around them. If you know that they're going to be around you, or you know they're going to be doing something, just try to be away from them. Try not to give in. Or maybe like you have to co-parent and they're asking you, like just give them the facts. That's all you need to do, is just give facts. Boundaries. Now I know that this is difficult or challenging, but you have to know your boundaries first. You have to know what is acceptable and what's not, what you're willing to tolerate and what you're not. This is the first thing that you need to kind of look at for yourself. But then when you are trying to exert those boundaries or exercise these boundaries onto the narcissist, what you have to do is do this in a subtle but an enforced way. Now, what I mean by that is you have to be consistent. My friends, this is about consistency. This is about being clear and specific. And you have to keep enforcing it all the time. So it's kind of like on repetition. Keep communication minimal and stay firm. But remember, you can do this with a smile on your face. Don't have to be harsh, don't have to be rude, don't have to shout. Okay, this is where you have to change your behavior, change the way that you interact with this person. You can't be you in front of them, so you need to have barriers, you need to have protection. Remember, like, boundaries is not about controlling them, and it's not about you being rude or you being selfish. It's not about that. You being yourself in front of this person is going to control you. So the more that you remove yourself, the better or the easier this will be. It's not you being rude. There is no other way. Like, you can't have a conversation with them. Like, that's not going to work. So this is the only other option that you have got. The other aspect of this is about detaching yourself emotionally. Again, this is a process. This will take time, but this is something that you have to consciously do. Narcissists will use the triggers, emotional triggers against you. They're going to do it to push your buttons. And they're going to do it because they want to determine whether you still care about them, where you still have feelings for them. Maybe you do, because I know it's not easy just to switch your emotions off. Maybe you still do have emotions for them. Maybe you do still think about them. But this is where you have to start detaching. You can't allow this person to infiltrate you. One of the things that you need to remember is don't personalize their behavior. Okay, because when you're going to see it like, oh, they're doing this against me. Like, why are they doing this? It's going to bring up anger, upset, resentment. And again, this is creating an emotional reaction for you. But if you don't personalize this behavior and see it as this is something that they do to everybody and anyone, this is just them, it will make it easier. And you've got to understand that, like, this person can't be okay. All right, if they're doing this to you, how can they be healthy? Think about it. Grey rocking, so that minimal contact, like what we talked about earlier in the video, and focus on your inner world. Focus on you. Focus on things that you need to do. So you attract your energy and your attention. Because remember, if you're thinking about them, you're sending them energy. And if then that means that they will start thinking about you. So this is where this whole thing goes like two ways. All right. So you're feeding them. They're going to be thinking about you. So think about yourself first. Think about what you need to do for you. And what does that look like? Make a plan. Put these things into practice. Don't just sit here in victim mentality and think, oh my God, this is happening to me. Don't do that. Because then what you're doing is you're accepting the situation and you're like, yeah, I can't do anything about it. But you can. So if you have to be around this person, be aware of their manipulation tactics. Stay aware when you are around them. Don't just think, oh, you know, like it's okay and be yourself. No, you have to have your guard up. Be aware that they're going to manipulate you. They're not just suddenly going to stop. Even when they're being really nice to you, and I think this is the hardest thing, it's like when this person is actually really nice to you, you're thinking, oh my God, like, oh, maybe I got it wrong. No. This is all manipulation. I know it's easier when they're nasty and when they're horrible. You can detach, you can put all of these things into practice. But the real test is when they start being nice and they start telling you what you want to hear. Why are they doing this now? Why couldn't they do this before? Why couldn't they be that? Don't keep asking yourselves why? Again, don't personalize this behavior. They are like this. They're going to do this. Stay aware. Another thing that will really help you is to build a strong support system in whichever way that looks like, whether you have friends or family or you have a therapist that supports you. Make sure that you have some sort of an outlet to be able to talk about it, to be able to kind of work through this, because this isn't easy. I know it's not easy, but this is where you have to take control of the situation for you and make it workable and good for you. If you're stuck in this and you have to be around the narcissist for quite some time, like many years, maybe you have to co-parent, maybe you've got assets, whatever it is, please know that the narcissist is going to play the long game with you. What I mean by that is they're going to keep playing these mind games. They're going to keep poking at you. So if you are in that situation, try and put these steps and actions that I've mentioned in this video into some sort of order to make it easier for you. Look, at the end of the day, you still need to live your life. You still need to be able to move on and be able to live your life. It isn't easy when this person is constantly provoking you, poking you, like what, do you know what I mean? Like, this is where you have to take matters into your own hands and do this for you. You're not always gonna get it right. It's not always gonna be easy, okay? And it will be difficult and it will bring up an emotional reaction. However, know that this is a process and you can get through this, all right? You can get through this. And you don't know what the future's gonna bring. You don't know. Maybe there might be an opportunity or something might happen where, you know, this person isn't gonna be in your life. So arm yourself with the knowledge that you can get through this, but you need to take these steps going forward. If you are someone that is going through this, please know that I do offer one-to-one consultations. Please see the description box below. I've also got a live stream happening every single Tuesday at 9 p.m. UK time. Please check the community tab. I'd love to see you on the live stream. You're gonna get through this, and it's gonna be fine. All right, my friends? Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye.